sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Okay, so, we like to do these deep dives, and today we've got some pretty intense news you brought with you today.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of centered around this, digital fallout from some recent social media activity.
Right.
So what's at the core of all this that we need to try to understand?
I think the best way to think about this is kind of like sifting through the noise, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at all this fast-moving stuff on social media. We want to get to the heart of what actually happened and how the people involved, how they're responding.
Right.
And our goal here is to give you a clear picture of the significant events based on what you've shared without getting bogged down, in every fleeting update.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's always our goal. We want to kind of cut through the noise.
Exactly.
So I guess let's get straight to these posts.
Sure.
These posts that Kanye West made on X.
Right.
And the reports kind of paint a picture of some really direct and, by all accounts, deeply concerning messages from Kanye West.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through what these posts reportedly said?
Yeah, so according to the information we have on Tuesday evening, Kanye West posted a rant on X, written entirely in capital letters.
Wow.
That specifically targeted Beyoncé and Jay-Z's two youngest children,
Okay.
the 7-year-old twins Rumi and Sir.
Wow.
And this message, which was later deleted but then reposted,
Okay.
reportedly questioned their mental capacity.
Wow.
So it's a very direct, and as the reports describe it, vulgar and offensive attack.
Yeah, the sources aren't really holding back
No, not at all.
in describing this.
No.
And it was aimed at young children.
Yeah.
So questioning the mental capacity of children, I mean, that's a pretty significant line to cross.
It is a huge line to cross.
And this wasn't just a fleeting post that kind of disappeared into the ether.
No, that's a really crucial point, actually.
Yeah.
The initial post was reportedly taken down on Tuesday evening,
Okay.
but then in the very early hours of Wednesday morning, specifically March 19th,
Okay.
it reappeared.
So he reposted it
He reposted it.
after initially deleting it?
Exactly. And that suggests a deliberate decision, right? It's
Yeah.
not like he accidentally,
Yeah.
took it down and then was like, oh my gosh, I need to put that back up.
Right, right.
This seems like a very deliberate choice.
Which kind of leads us to Beyoncé and Jay-Z.
Right.
How have they reportedly reacted to these posts that, directly involve their children?
Well, the reports indicate a strong emotional response, which is totally understandable.
Sure.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z are described as finding the attack shocking.
Yeah.
But beyond the emotional impact, their reported stance is really firm. They will absolutely not stand for it.
Wow. So they're not just going to let this go.
It doesn't seem like it.
And it sounds like they're not just absorbing this. There's a mention of potential action being considered.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
So the information suggests that they are actively in discussions about how to address this.
Okay.
The report specifically mentioned considering whether to handle the situation privately and/or in a legal matter.
Okay. So that leaves a pretty wide range of possibilities.
It really does.
It could be anything from, private interventions to,
Right.
more formal legal proceedings.
Exactly. And, it's interesting to consider here is that this balance public figures have to strike, right?
Yeah.
Between protecting their family and then engaging in these public disputes.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like, how do you find that balance?
Right.
But it seems that their immediate strategy, at least, is to keep their own response out of the public eye.
Yes, at least for now.
Yeah.
That appears to be the case.
Yeah.
The reports state quite clearly that they have no plans on publicly addressing Kanye's X posts about their children.
Okay, so they're just not going to comment.
Yeah, it seems like they're just not going to engage publicly.
Yeah.
At least not right now, and this could be, a strategic choice to avoid further public escalation.
Yeah.
And to deal with the matter on their own terms, away from the immediate scrutiny of social media.
Sure, yeah, just keep it private. Keep it
private.
Keep it behind closed doors.
Exactly.
Now, let's turn to Kanye West himself.
Okay.
Did he offer any explanation for these posts? Particularly, for the initial deletion and then the decision to repost them.
Yeah.
What can we infer from his actions?
He did provide a reason for the initial deletion.
Okay.
According to his own subsequent post, he took it down because he feared a possibility of my Twitter being canceled.
Okay.
However, and this is telling, he explicitly stated that he did not remove the post because he was trying to be a good person.
Wow.
So this really, shines a light on his priorities in that moment.
Yeah.
The preservation of his platform seems to have been the primary driver behind that temporary deletion rather than concern for the impact of his words.
So it's like his main concern was that he might lose his Twitter account.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Not that he, was saying these awful things.
Right, exactly.
It's children.
And that's a really important distinction.
Yeah, that certainly speaks volumes.
It does.
I mean, it really highlights this focus on his online presence over, as you said, the potential harm of his statements.
Right.
Now, someone else who's closely connected to Kanye, his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, has also reportedly shared her reaction.
Yeah.
What's her perspective on all of this?
So the reports indicate that Kim Kardashian is appalled by the language used in Kanye's posts.
Okay.
Her position is quite emphatic. She feels that no matter what feud Kanye has going on with Jay and Beyoncé, kids are off limits.
Wow.
And she reportedly views his post as shocking and offensive, which aligns with the sentiments attributed to Beyoncé and Jay-Z.
So they're all on the same page about this?
It seems that way.
That this was just, so beyond the pale.
Right. And it really does kind of underscore this, I think, widely shared understanding.
Yeah.
That children should be shielded from adult conflicts.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that's just a basic...
Keep the kids out of it.
Keep the kids out of it.
Now, taking a step back, these posts about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's children don't seem to exist in isolation, do they?
No, they don't.
I mean, the report hints at a wider pattern of behavior.
Right. It does mention that Jay-Z and Beyoncé are not the only ones West has upset with his recent outrageous posts.
Okay, so there have been instances of this?
It seems so.
But this source doesn't go into detail about those.
It doesn't, unfortunately, no.
So we'll have to wait for more information to come out.
Right. But it does suggest that this event might be part of a larger context of online behavior.
Right.
That has been generating concern.
Yeah, and if we think about the bigger picture here, the broader landscape of online interactions,
Sure.
Particularly involving public figures with this massive reach,
Absolutely.
it really does make you think about the evolving norms or lack thereof regarding online conduct and how we protect individuals, especially children, from harmful speech.
It's a really crucial conversation to be having right now.
It is, and it's only going to get more and more important.
Absolutely.
As more and more of our lives move online.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the crucial things for us to take away from these reports?
I think the core of this situation revolves around Kanye West's social media attack on Beyoncé and Jay-Z's young twins.
Right.
Where he reportedly questioned their mental capacity.
Right.
The reported reaction from Beyoncé and Jay-Z indicates shock and a firm resolve to address the situation.
Okay.
Potentially through private or legal means, while avoiding public commentary.
Right.
Kanye West's own explanation for briefly deleting the post focused on the potential loss of his social media platform,
right,
not the impact of his words.
Right.
And finally, Kim Kardashian has reportedly expressed her strong disapproval,
okay,
emphasizing that children should not be involved in adult disputes.
Okay.
So that's like the basic summary of what we know so far.
Right. So what does this all tell us? I mean, it seems to highlight a significant breach of what many would consider fundamental boundaries
Yes.
regarding family and children, especially within the very public arena of social media.
Right. And it raises questions about the motivations and priorities of individuals with significant public platforms.
Absolutely. And it really does leave us with this final thought to consider in an age of instant online communication and intense public scrutiny. What are the responsibilities that come with having a large platform?
Exactly.
And when personal disputes, unfortunately, extend into the lives of family members, particularly children, what are the broader consequences for online interactions and the culture surrounding fame and celebrity?
It's something we all need to think about. It's not just about Kanye West.
No.
It's about all of us and how we interact online.
Right, and how we hold people accountable for their actions online.
Right.
Well, this has been a really intense, but I think important deep dive.
I agree.
So thank you for walking us through all of this.
Oh, of course, my pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
For another deep dive.
Bye.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. Your